Hey, good evening, guys. I'm doing a quick video to explain how to set up anchored VWAP. Okay, and the study. If anybody wants to study, I'll have the shared link uh, in the comments area on the YouTube channel. If anybody wants it, or you can search for it. It's freely available on online, with Google or whatever. If you want to look for it and stuff. Basically, studies, edit studies. I've got three. Uh, so I got a simple moving average 200-day. I'm going to take that off right now for what we're doing. Okay, and I got the sequence counters here. I'm going to take it off too. We're just going to focus on the anchored VWAPs. So I got three anchored VWAPs set up here. So basically, I've got an anchored VWAP based off of the August lows right there, August 6th. Okay, let's see what was the date on that. Yeah, and then there was another low. Let's see, yeah, like August 5th. There it is. August 5th was the orange one. September 6th was another low, so that's the blue one. And then we have another low on October 1st. So I actually is acting as a monthly anchored VWAP. Okay, so that's what I got going on here on my charts right here, right now. And how you do these here, you just, once you have your thing installed, you just double click on it. It's in the syntax 2024, whatever year it is, okay, in that syntax, the month and the day, okay, that's how it's easy. And this is a daily indicator. Now, I do use it a little bit uh, for like Sunday night setting things up. I'll go on a smaller time frames to find out where the anchor VWAP is located to start my week out. So I can have the current week's anchor VWAP and I can keep that on my chart. Okay, so that's pretty much that's how you change the dates. It's really simple, and you can just have multiple on your charts. Okay, so with this being said, uh, now that I've got this drawn out, right? So there's two different things that I put on my charts now. First of all, the anchor VWAP starts right here, right? So what I do, I put this right here and price level, make it orange. Okay, and then I put on there August anchor VWAP wall. So that's where anchor VWAP started in August. So that's going to be a bounce point if and when we ever get down there. So I definitely want to have that marked out on my charts. Okay. Same thing with right up here, August. This is September. September low, anchored VWAP wall. This is the area that I would want to get out of my shorts once we got to this point. Okay, right here. You can ride it all the way to the September lows, but the ideal is to have anchored VWAP on your side when you're trading. Okay, and this is a very important area. That's how this can help you get yourself from staying in a trade too long. Okay, September anchored VWAP wall. Okay, and this right here will be October anchored VWAP wall. So that's how I set these up to begin with. Okay, so we know our main trend that we've been trading off of is the August trend. Oh, no, that's going to be white. Sorry, I had that right to begin with. And October. Okay, I got those three drawn out. Okay, now we know this was a major low back in August. Okay, so I don't want to have a lot of clutter on here. I want to be aware of the other trends, but I definitely don't want to over clutter my charts. Okay, so what I can do here I want to understand what is the current trend since the August low. Okay, what is it based off the anchored VWAP? Okay, this right here represents that, in my opinion. Extend to the right there. Okay, so this is the trend. Okay, since that uh, anchored VWAP August low. Okay, uh, so that's kind of what I'm looking at here. So we close below that trend. So uh, we've got 3 days now rejecting that trend. So we got to be very mindful. That's that could be setting up for a dangerous situation. So what's this? We can tell the October anchored VWAP right there. That's going to be a very critical area on the daily time frame. Okay, so this here is the last breakout point. So right here, this right through here should be a support area right here. See, you got the October, and this is how I try to draw out my supports and resistance areas. Okay, so right there, this should be support. That's what it's currently acting as. Okay, now we come in Monday and we're gapping down. We're breaking Thursday's lows. This market's probably in trouble. Okay, if we're coming in Monday morning, breaking Thursday's lows, we're probably in a whole heap of trouble setting up in the markets. So be very mindful of that scenario. Okay, so and another thing you could say, you can actually put another thing like this. This here would have to be adjusted pretty much daily or every few days. You can anchor. I do this routinely. I want to see where the trend is, in relation, you know, to the current anchored VWAP. It gives me some idea. See how we're hitting right here and how that's hitting right there. So, just heads up on that. And see how these things are lining up with the current price action. Okay. Similar situation. So if you go with the blue here, see there's nothing for September that we can draw against for the current anchor VWAP. And there's nothing, no back tests for October. October we have back tested. We just back tested this week, October. But September never got back tested at all. Okay, we came close, but we did not back test. September's range, suggesting that we're probably going to be coming down into the September area here to back test it, and that would be pretty much wiping out this October high here. So be very mindful of that, because this entire September has not been back tested. Okay. Uh, Another way of drawing this, it's going to be pretty similar. Yeah, September is going to be pretty well similar. Yeah. See, it's an art. It's not a science. Okay. So there's some things I'm looking at here to give me some idea of where price and time. This trend line with the anchored VWAP, I do that to cap price and time to see where things could be landing if they go sideways instead of coming down. So let's definitely keep that one on watch. Uh, so far, uh, October anchored VWAP is holding for SPY, so it's not in too bad a shape. So, and then also what I typically do is like Sunday night, or whatever. I'll go over to my calendar here, okay, and I will anchor a VWAP off the prior Friday. So like we're coming into next week, is which Monday will be, or Friday. Monday will be 28th. Monday will be 28th. So I will anchor a VWAP off the 25th, which won't show up, but you can go on a smaller time frame and it will actually show up. It may not be as quite as accurate, but so for example, let's say I anchor it off the 24th. Let me give you an idea here. So let's take this one here and anchor it off the 24th. Okay, you notice it doesn't show up at all. So we go down on a 1 hour maybe. That'll show up maybe. It can be dilatory. Maybe a 4 hour. And 1 second here. Let me see which time frame I can use it on. Okay, guys. Yeah, now I remember how I did it. You have to use ES or EQ to get it to show up. The SPY and the Qs, it doesn't want to show up there. But here it is. So I based this off of yesterday. Okay, the anchored VWAP based off of yesterday. And, I can go on a 4 hour. I think I can even go down to 1 hour on it. Let's see here. So 1 hour. The 1 hour shows up, you know. Uh, so ideally, you're just looking for the best. So typically, I'll use the 4 hour. So what that tells me, like if I'm coming in, I want to see where the anchor VWAP is going to be for the first of the week. Okay, and then what I'll do right here is put something like this. Let's say that we're going into Monday. Okay, and I'll just put a line right here. Okay, edit, and then I'll label it current week anchor VWAP wall. Okay, current week anchor VWAP wall. Okay, see that's what we had up here. So Sunday night we came in, and this is what we got. Okay, so by just doing that right there, then I know where the anchor VWAP wall is. And the moment we start breaking that, it tends to break pretty quick. So if you break above and come back down, if it breaks, it tends to break pretty quick. So, it gives you really good trading zones to do stuff like that. Okay. Okay. That just gives you a pretty good idea of some of the things that I do with Anchor. There's a lot of different things you can do with it, but you can even go down 30-minute here. The smaller the time frame, the less iterations you're going to have it move. Okay, and remember this is a daily study. So, and you notice you go into different time frames, it moves a little bit. So, uh, uh, I found the 4 hour. If you're trying to go on a really short time frame, just try to go with the 4 hour, and you actually, believe it or not, it can actually be a very critical support resistance area going to kick off the beginning of the first week, beginning of the new week. Okay, so a lot of times what you'll see is if we're opening below the current ranking VWAP that I've set up Sunday night, if we come in Monday morning, you can almost guarantee we're going down to some major support. You're not going to really visit much above the current anchored VWAP at all during the week to kick off Monday. They're going to be back testing first thing Monday morning if you're below that anchored VWAP. So it keeps you on the right side of the trade early on Monday morning. Uh, and you can be shopping for critical supports to exit a short instead of trying to look for upside bias. If you just know that simple little tactic. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a lot of people had asked me about giving a basic primer how to do it. But I use the anchored VWAP in conjunction with fair value gaps. Okay, so basically, I'm using those anchored VWAPs. Okay, let me go back over here to SPY. it's blank. You don't have all that cluster. But see, like right here, you know, this is a critical support, and now this is going to be critical support. This is from the anchored VWAP model. You know, these are critical support areas. So we want that area, okay, and then that'll be critical support, okay. There you go. That's how I draw them. You know, for back tests. And I did a great call out on Meta this week. Meta looked beautiful. See, Meta came right down into support at the anchored VWAP and bounced right off of that. So I called that out great this week. Can't remember. AMD was another really great one I called out this week. Came right down into the anchored VWAP support and bounced right off of it. So it's tagging. It's now this is resistance up here, acting as resistance. So it's kind of ping ponging between the two anchored VWAPs, different time frames. Okay. So it gives you some of my basic idea. Hopefully this will help you guys understanding how to do anchored VWAP. And like I said, I'll have the study in there if anybody's interested. I really like using it. So, but these fair value gaps with anchored VWAP, I think that's the way to go. So, okay, thanks a lot.